So we're going to just take 5 minutes to talk about what is mindfulness and why that is important, and then we'll go on to yoga, and we'll do a 45-minute yoga set, 45-minute yoga
40.
session, and then a 10-minute meditation. So I I don't know if you've had this experience in your life, but I think most people have, where you feel like you suddenly get angry and you lash out at somebody, usually your loved ones, or you see something that you like, whether it's a piece of clothing or ice cream or whatever it is, and you give in to that urge to kind of just have it in that moment, even though if you rationally think about it, you would not say those things that you say in anger, or give in to that urge that you have to eat that ice cream or to buy that whatever it is.
You might not even need, or might not even be hungry. And obviously, we're not really going very many places, so we don't need a lot of clothes. So, yeah, but you get that desire regardless, right?
And we often find ourselves kind of saying, "This is just the way I am. I can't help it. This is who I am." Right? I mean, we've all had that experience, and then we regret doing those things. We eat too much, maybe we spend too much money. We kind of we live life as if we are on autopilot, as if it's a riderless horse, and that we don't have control over things that we do in our lives. Mindfulness is about living life with awareness, with thought, with and balancing out emotions and thoughts, so that we're not kind of giving into one over the other. We're kind of there's something in our brain called emotional hijacking, and that's what happens to most of us. So what emotional hijacking is that when our amygdala, which is the emotional center of our brain, when that wants something or is threatened by something, it takes over the rational, logical part of our brain. And that's a built-in mechanism for survival, because when we were hunters and gatherers, and we sometimes would come across a dangerous situation like meeting a saber-toothed tiger.
You don't have time to really think, do you? You need to just react. And that's
and
the part,
that, yeah,
right?
so there's a built-in mechanism where the amygdala can take over our frontal cortex, which is the part where we think and make rational, logical decisions. So, but that mechanism is still active within us, and we often give in to that emotional need or want without thinking much about it. Wisdom is about having balance between our emotions and our thoughts. And mindfulness is a way of living where it's an art of living, really, in the present moment, without judgment, kind of living life fully, but without giving into this emotional habits, emotional prejudices, biases, all of those. We also tend to react to things according to our past experiences, right? So if we have had a bad experience with somebody, and we find somebody who looks like them or reminds us of them, we are likely to react to that person the same way. So mindfulness kind of takes away all of that and allows us to respond to life in this moment without without the biases and prejudices of our past, without the emotions overriding our thought and wisdom. And it's kind of, the difference is kind of like seeing a fuzzy picture versus seeing something in kind of HD, right? So we can see life more clearly we can kind of experience life more fully with mindfulness.
And
Go ahead.
I don't know if this is the right time to say this, but I was just going to say, and it's really as simple as just taking a pause and a breath, like stopping that amygdala. Is that the right?
Right.
The amygdala from taking over. All you need to do is take a moment, take a breath. And then if you still decide, I know I'm not hungry, but I just want that ice cream, well, you're making that decision with awareness, without just a reaction, but actually you have decided that I still want this, even though I'm thinking it's probably not that good for me right now, but I'm going to have this today. I'll be careful tomorrow. But you made that decision mindfully and not out of just
Not mindlessly.
mindlessly. Yeah.
So yeah, you basically, so pausing, breathing, practicing meditation, all of these things slowly build up our mindfulness muscle, so to speak. Meditation is like going to the gym to build that mindfulness muscle. To kind of, it's an exercise for our brain. And slowly, as we meditate more and more, we become more and more mindful. We become more aware of what is going on, and therefore able to pause, breathe, and kind of decide in this moment what we want to do. Okay.
Well, I was just going to maybe say Viktor Frankl's quote, right?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
I love this quote. I think it's one of my favorite quotes, and I might butcher it, but basically, between a reaction, between a stimulus and a reaction, there's a pause. Just like when you breathe in and breathe out, there's a pause, and in that pause is our power to stop and choose what our decision, what our choice, what our reaction is going to be. And in that choice is our growth.
And freedom.
Right? So it's really a small amount of time. And it is just taking that one moment to think before we react can really make a big difference, whether it's a relationship, a friend, or doing something that's not good for us. Any of that can make a huge difference by just taking that moment, and the moment is there for you. It is between the inhale and exhale. So and as we talk, I'm going to do a yoga practice, and I really want you to use this practice as a mindful exercise, being in the moment, being very present, not thinking about why can't I do this and I feel bad about that, and yesterday I could do that, or tomorrow I might be better. Just don't worry about that. Just be in the moment. Just experience what you're experiencing. It might be that it's a little difficult. Okay, fine, make it less difficult. But don't react to it and don't judge it. Just experience it today. And that's what I'm hoping for today in the yoga class. And I know we haven't done any of our breathing this last couple of weeks, but what I will do is during the practice, we'll go through the Ujjayi breath again, which I think is an important breath. And maybe towards the end, we'll do another breathing technique as part of the practice. So I'm going to go ahead and get everyone started. Remember, you can use the chair. Pranav will do different options with you. And I am going to start. And I'm going to use this practice a little different today as well. I'm going to do a little kind of yoga / exercise or movement that's not necessarily considered a yoga move possibly, but it will bring some movement and strength into the body that you can do seated, or you can do with me on the ground. So let's go ahead and okay, so I'm going to start again in Sukhasana, or just with our legs folded. If this is not comfortable for you, you can be on your chair, you can be standing. It really doesn't matter where you want to start. All right, so let's close our eyes, and we're going to go ahead and use our Ujjayi breath today to go ahead and get started. But again, before we do that, we'll just take 3 cleansing breaths. So just breathe in, feel the belly, press open. Let it go with an audible sound. Let go of thoughts in our minds. Remember, we're trying to be here, not in the thoughts of the past or thoughts of planning, but just where we are. And let's do one more like that. And this time letting go of any tension that might be feeling, you might be feeling in the body. Just kind of relax a bit. And then maybe you bring your hands, your fingertips together and just relax them on your thighs.
Hey, Pranav, can you bring up the mic a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're going to constrain the back of the throat a little bit. And as if you're whispering your name with your eyes closed, you'll breathe in the nose. I'll count to 3. So breathe in for 1, 2, 3. The 4th one, breathe in completely and hold for a moment. And exhale, same thing as if you're whispering, coating the back of the throat for 3. And then exhale completely, let it go, let the belly
barely hear it.
And let's do that again. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Inhale completely. Exhale for 4, 3. See if you can feel the breath on the back of the throat, coating the back of the throat. And exhale completely, belly presses in. And let's see if we can stay with this breath throughout your practice. Our Ujjayi breath, which starts.
અવાજમાં બહુ પ્રોબ્લેમ છે.
Okay, let me try something different.
આ અવાજ તમારો બરાબર આવે, પારુબેન પાછળ છે ને એટલે નહીં આવે એટલો.
Okay, is that better?
Okay, so from here, we're going to open the eyes.
Little but not quite.
Straight up. So you can just follow me right now with movement since we're having a problem with the sound. But just move your hands the way I am seated or on your chair. And then exhale.
Yeah, this is better.
Good. Inhale, lengthen straight up. Interlace the fingers. Press the palms all the way up. Gaze up. Exhale, bring the hands forward. Round the upper back. Okay. And then as you inhale, press the palms towards the chest. As you exhale, press it out. Inhale, press it in, open the lungs. Exhale, press it out. Squeeze the lungs and belly. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, press it out. One more. Inhale, press it in. Open the lungs, and then open the arms out to the side. And then take your fingertips, and you're going to go ahead and bend the knuckles only. Bend the finger joints, bend the knuckles, and then grab the entire fist and then bring the fist down. So this is a really great movement. You notice my fist is coming down. Now lift the fist back up, open the knuckles, and then open the hands. We're gonna do that with both hands. I'll do it in front of you instead. So here we are. Bend the knuckles. And then all the way down. And then lift it up. Open the knuckles and open the finger joints. Really working into your finger joints, your knuckles, the wrist. One more. And knuckles and fingers. Awesome. And then just open and close them for 4 and 3. We use our hands so much all day long, whether you're on the computer or cooking or texting. One more time. And bring the hands back up. Bring the right hand down to the side and relax the right shoulder and reach the left hand over. And then turn your entire body to face forward. And just reach it here. Bring the hand on the head and gently bring your body back to center. And then the left ear to left shoulder. Release the left hand. Bring the left hand onto the right knee. Right hand behind, and then do a nice little twist here, which is great for digestion. Great to open up the spine. And inhale, lift straight up. And this time the left hand will come down. Reach the right hand straight up first. You really want to lengthen always first, and then exhale to the left. Remember this left shoulder, drop it down and away from the ear and reach the right hand. And then hand on the head. And gently bring your body back to center, and then the right ear to right shoulder. And also drop the right shoulder down. Notice again, this can bother the neck eventually. You want to leave it down. Right hand comes back up. And right hand to outside of left knee. Left hand back behind, straighten the spine first, and exhale, twist. And take your time with your twist, as if you're squeezing some water out of a towel, out of the belly, out of the ribs, out of the chest, and then over to the back. And then come back to center, and inhale, lengthen, and bring the hands back to the side of you. And then we're gonna bring our legs out. Actually, just bring one leg out and you can bend one knee. You can keep one knee back down. And then just squeeze the belly and lift that leg up and down for 5. And for working on quads, you're also working abs by doing it this way. And you're strengthening the muscles around the knees. Then you're gonna hold it up and rotate the ankles. Go one way, go the other. You can point and flex and crunch the toes a bit. And then the next part, you're gonna turn the toe out and bring it out to the side. And then bring it, watch this left knee, it likes to move. Leave it centered. And bring it in, really now working into the inner thigh. You should really be feeling this. One more, and bring it out, and bring it in. Awesome. Release that right leg, and bring the left leg on top of the right leg. So, yes. And then you're gonna exhale, forward bend. You're trying to reach for the toes, or maybe just the shins, and the chin comes forward, chest comes forward. You feel a great stretch in the back of this right leg, the hamstrings. And again, notice if we're starting to round up, you want to press the shoulder blades down and reach the chest forward. And then from here, lean back and bend the right knee, and then press the chest forward into that right shin. So this is really going to open up the left hips. Perfect, yes. Good, look at figure 4, stretch. And release. And this time my left leg will come straight down, and my right knee will be bent. Again, you're gonna lift that left leg. You can lean back if you need to and lift, or hold on. Use your core, squeeze the belly every time you lift. For 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it up if you can. Rotate the ankles the other way. Point and flex, crunch the toes, really work those joints in the feet. If you notice, sometimes this is where we get achy in the mornings. Great time to just move it around and then bring it out and bring it in. Turn the toe outwards as you bring it out, so externally rotating. Perfect. And bring it in, bring it out, bring it in. One more, bring it out, and bring it in. Right ankle on the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, forward bend. Press the chin forward, chest forward. Deep breath in the nose and slowly release it out of the nose. Take a deep breath, really stretching the spine, but also the hamstrings. And then you're going to bend that left knee. Bring your chest towards the shins and stretch into that right glute, right hip. And release it. Bring both legs down. And then from here, we're going to do a little bit of ab work. You know, I'd like to do some ab work. We're going to go ahead and lean back and lift the toes. We did this one last week, right? So we're going to lift the arms straight next to the ears, and the palms are facing forward. And you're going to press the arms back and back. The more you can lean back, the more you're going to feel. For 4 and 3. I already feel it right here. And 2. And 1, you can go side to side, turn the palms down, and 5, and 4, and 3, keep your heels down, and 2.
No, but this gives more.
Here we go again, and press, 5, and 4, press the palms back, and 2, and 1, side to side for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring both hands underneath the legs. Drop the shoulders down and maybe lift the legs. Lift the heels as high as your knees. Squeeze the chest towards the thighs. Try and see if you can connect it all together. If you want to do more, maybe release. Maybe lengthen. Take a deep breath. And cross the ankles and come onto all fours. So we're going to go into cat and cow. This is really important to stretch the spine. Knees and hips, shoulders, wrist, biceps, and eye of the elbow facing forward. And just simply, you're going to tuck the tailbone under, round the back, dome it, let the head be loose. And as you inhale, you'll let the belly fall. Bring the tailbone up, heart is open. And exhale, round it up, tuck the tailbone under, press into the ground. And inhale, open the collarbone and gaze forward. And then you're going to come back to that neutral spine. So here's where we do a little challenge. You guys can stay here, or you can turn the toes under and lift the knees just an inch off the mat. Hold it here. You're going to work into the quads, work into the abs. You can bring it back down if it's better, or you can tap it down for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it one more moment. Take a deep breath, squeeze the belly in. This is where we talked about a little bit of exercise here, and release. Release the feet. I'm going to press the toenails down, and then take the right leg straight out, and the left arm straight down, straight out. My palm is facing down, my heel and my toes facing down. And we're going to lift, no back bending here. So lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then from here, let's see if you can take that leg out to the side. Now your choice to let the hand come down if it's too much. Let the foot come down and slide it out to the side, and that's okay too. But then from here, lift that leg up. So it's 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. And release it. And just gently bring your body halfway up. Okay? And then just slide the right hand down the leg, and left hand's gonna slide over. This is gate pose. And reach the heart upwards. And then left hand's gonna come down to the side, and the right hand comes up. And here's a little more work again. You're gonna lift this leg up and down. See if you can reach and tap for 5, and 4, and 3. So we're working into our quads, into our hips, into our glutes. And 1 more. And come back up, inhale. And exhale, bring your hands back down. And then from here, we're gonna slide this right leg back behind you. And then just press this right leg back to stretch it into the leg. And here we go again. We're gonna try and lift this left foot an inch off the mat and just hold. If you can do more, you might bring it to the side and center, and side and center, and side and center, and release. And release, and then come back onto your knees for a moment, interlace your fingers, and just rotate the wrists, just stretch them out. And I'm gonna come back down, and we're gonna go to the other side. So here we go. This time, my right arm and left leg. The right palm is facing down, left heel is pressing back. You can bring your leg forward if you want. And we're going to lift. So again, no back bending. Squeeze the belly and lift the arm and the back. So you're noticing I'm working my upper back and I'm working my glutes. And 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it there. And again, the leg will come out to the side. Your choice of sliding it or bringing it over. And release. And then let's go ahead and lift it up. Using that side leg, side thigh for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. And come back onto your gate pose. So again, the right knee, right hip are lined up. And if you look into the screen and you can see yourself, notice you won't be able to see your heel or your toe. As you lengthen, left hand will come down, and then reach the right hand up first to exhale over to that left side, and then lift the heart upwards. Then bring the right hand all the way down underneath the shoulder. And then the left hand comes up. And a little work here, you can stay like that, or you can lift for 5. Flex your toes here, have the toes facing forward, and 3, and lift, and lift 1 more, and lift. Awesome. Go ahead and softly relax it. Come back up for gate. And exhale, bring your hands down underneath the shoulders. And that left leg is going to slide back behind. And then stay here for a moment, just find your balance. Squeeze the belly, squeeze the armpits together. And maybe lift the right knee off the mat. You can hold it like that. You can also drop the other knee and lift the right knee and bring it to the side from here. Or keep it in your partial plank and lift the leg. And lift. Squeeze that glute. And squeeze. And squeeze. One more. And squeeze. Relax the legs down. And come back up onto your knees for a moment. And again, we're just going to rotate the wrist one way and the other. And then come on down. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of chest work, push-up work. And again, you can just come down an inch if that's better. You can even leave the hips up and just move up and down from here. Or you can bring your arms slightly forward. You'll notice how my shoulders will end up on top of my wrist. I'm going to press my shins down, which will activate my low abs. And maybe you just stay here. If you're going further, you'll bend the elbows back, squeeze them in towards each other, and then lift up. If you want even more, then go ahead and bring the forehead towards the ground and press. So if you're on the chair, you might just bend the elbows and press yourself up from the thighs. And press. And one more. And bring it down and come all the way down to the ground. And just take a moment and just notice what your breath feels like right now. Notice if it's slower or faster. Notice the rhythm. And then we're going to go into some upper back work to really strengthen the back as well as the entire body. So going into locust pose or salamvasana. The forehead will come down. Bring your fingertips gently on your head. And then lift the elbows high. Then squeeze the elbows back and up. Squeeze the belly in and then lift the head and chest. If you think you can do more, go ahead and lift the legs as well. Make the legs really wide and hold it there. I'm going to give some challenges. So you can stay like this, you can stay like this, or you can bring the toes together and lift the legs up and squeeze it and squeeze it. If you're on the chair, not a problem. Keep going if you're on the ground with what I showed you. And if you're on the chair, you can lean back, lift the elbows high, and lift. And lift. You're working the upper back. You're working your chest for 4. Keep going. And 3. And 2. And 1. Go ahead and lengthen it back out. Open the arms in a T shape. Gaze down. Make the neck long. Squeeze the belly. Deep breath in the nose and slowly out of the nose. And release it all the way back. Take a breath. Bring the hands back to your low ribs and bring your forehead down. Press the toenails down, lift kneecaps. And you're going to just lift up. Don't try and straighten out the elbows and come back down. I'm going to do a few of those. So keep going if you're down here with me. And then if you're up here, you're going to press forward and press it in. Press forward, press in. We'll do a few of those. Anything on the ground. And all the way up into upward dog. Here we go. Press it up. Maybe you bring the knees off the mat, open up the collarbone, and exhale to child pose. Have your knees come apart, toes together, and sit your hips all the way to your heels. And just lengthen your spine forward. Bring the forehead to the ground, stretching your hips, your spine. Deep breath in the nose and out of the nose. And then bring your palms back in. And we're gonna go into our downward dog from here. So again, lengthen the arms, turn the toes under. Lift the knees off the mat. Press the hips up and back. Bring your belly button and your ribs towards your thighs so your back is straight. And then just maybe press one heel down at a time. While you do this, notice my ears are next to my shoulders. My neck is long. And then you might go onto both toes. Press the heels up first and then relax the heels down. And again, bend the knees if that's better for your body. Come back down anytime if that's better for you. Listen to your body and see what's good for you. And then lift the right leg just straight up and bring it back down. I'm just gonna keep it simple right now. Just lift the leg up, left leg, and bring it down. And then just gaze forward. Right foot is gonna be next to right pinky, left foot next to left pinky, and then you're gonna sit down. So this is Malasana squat. This squat is great for digestion, for inner thighs. And if it's hard to get the heels down, make the legs wider. See if you can try and get the heels down. Open up the inner thighs with your triceps.
I don't think I can do this on.
I know, and lift, and you can just bring your feet together and separate the legs that way, yeah. And bring your inner, there it is. Yeah, perfect. So you get that stretch in the inner thighs. And then we'll just take another breath. You're also stretching the backs of the legs and the ankles and the calves. And then those who want the extra challenge will come up onto your toes and come down, right? If you want to stay here for another breath, just stay where you are. And down. And one more, come on up. And down. And then a couple options to come to standing. You can bring your hands down, bring your knees together, and then gently roll or just stay here for a moment and stretch it out. Actually, let's just all do that together. Go ahead and bring your toes together, and you're going to go ahead and let your body rest on your thighs and let your body just hang here. And you can roll forward and just stretch it side to side. And this is a great way to stretch the backs of the legs, the low back, and the upper back. And then maybe you lift the hips a little higher. Press the forehead down. Take a deep breath. Side to side. Take another breath here. And then slowly roll it up. All the way up. As if you're feeling each vertebra. Straighten out, roll the shoulders all the way back. And take a breath here. Just relax it. Bring your toes together if you're standing. Squeeze the hips inwards. Relax the shoulders down the back. Fingertips reaching the ground. Deep breath in the nose and slowly out of the nose. Tadasana is great for posture. Great to lengthen the spine. And then interlace your fingers. We're going to do a little breathing and a little stretching for the fingers and neck. The knuckles are going to go underneath the chin and your elbows are going to touch. As you inhale, lift press the knuckles gently to the chin and lift the head all the way up and open the elbows all the way out. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring the arms all the way back, elbows back, palms back. Inhale, lift all the way up, open the elbows. Exhale, bring it all the way back. And one more. Inhale, lift. It feels so good in the neck, in the wrist and finger joints. And exhale. And release. And just for a moment, take a nice big shrug in the shoulders and inhale here. And let it go. All right, so let's go into Surya Namaskar. And we'll just, depending on how much time we have, we might just end it there today, right? So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and start. And then you can do it, you're gonna do it seated?
Yeah.
I don't remember how to do it, but and remember, I have this recorded, and I know they've sent the recordings onto the website. I have it recorded in standing, and I have it recorded.
It's on
in sitting.
YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Again, we will put it in the chat, and Stefan will also let you guys know how to find it. So here, inhale here, and exhale. Bring your hands together. Namaste. And really press the palms. Activate the arms. Activate the upper back. And then inhale, lift it straight up. Maybe a small back bend. If you're back bending, you're going to squeeze the glutes.
Not low, slow.
And then exhale, squeeze the belly. Keep your arms next to the ears. Keep your hips where they are. And exhale, use your abs to forward bend. Bend the knees if that's needed. Not a problem. Everyone's different. You're going to plant the hands on the ground. That means you're going to bend the knees a little bit, plant the palms on the ground, and bring the right leg back. And then bring the right knee down. I'll do some variations here. And then inhale. Your hands can stay down like this. Your hands can be on the knees, or it can be up to the side. Left knee is going to be above the ankle. You're going to press into the heel. You're going to let the hips come down and forward, stretching into this right hip flexor. And then inhale. Hold it for another breath. And then as you exhale, bring the hands to frame the left leg. The left leg is going to come back to meet the right. So you're on your knees. And then you're going to come all the way down to chaturanga. If you really like this move and you want to go onto your feet, you can do that. I'm going to stay on my knees today. And you're going to let your forehead and your chin and then your chest reach and touch the ground. Notice my hips are still up. And I'll slide my stomach forward, my hips down, squeeze my elbows into the ribs, and a small cobra here. Lifting up, inhale. Stretching the upper back. Release it. You lift back up, turn the toes under to go into a downward dog. So you can come back to your knees and then press your hips up and back into downward dog. Take a moment here, find your downward dog, and just notice anything that's happening in the mind right now. What are the thoughts and the feelings in the body? And then you're going to gaze forward and bring the right knee, right foot forward, and the left knee comes down. Relax the foot, press that left knee further back, and then your choice, stay here on the ground, on your thighs, or maybe lift up. And gaze up and let the hips come down and forward, stretching into left flexor. So many choices here. Whatever feels good to you is where you'll go. Very important, a knee never goes beyond the ankle and you're pressing into the heel. Take a breath here. Exhale to frame the right leg. Lift that left knee and bring the left leg to meet the right. And then you're going to squeeze the belly tight. Bring the arms next to the ears and lift your body up. Inhale. And exhale back to Tadasana. Take a moment. Take a breath. Because I have a few moments, I do like to do some balancing. I think balancing is very important at all of our ages. And it also helps us focus and concentrate. So let's go ahead and just do a simple tree pose again today, which we'll do, and next week we'll try something new. Yeah. So Pranav's going to leave. I'm going to just show you on the chair as well as showing it to you standing. It's really the same thing. You could just use the chair if you need. Okay? So go ahead and stand back in Tadasana, relax the shoulders, and bring your hands to hips today. This is how I'll start. Or you'll use the chair. And then lift the right knee up. And then let's just play around here. Let's just play here and just kind of do some work here. So just working into that joint, into the quads. This is, again, great for your legs, great for your glutes, great for core, but also strengthens the knee joint by working other muscles. And then press it open and close. For 3, again, you can use your hands on your hips, your hands to heart. 3, and 2, and 1. Go ahead and keep the knee bent, and then bring it out to the side. Notice my hips didn't move. They stayed facing forward. And my left hip is going to squeeze in towards the center. Right knee, Michael can be on the ground. Totally great. You can hold on and keep it on the ankle, or all the way up above the knee into the inner thigh. So lots of choices here. Now, bring the palms together or just bring one hand to the center. If you're bringing both, squeeze it tight. And then squeeze the foot into the leg and the leg back into the foot. So same thing, just as you're pressing the hands, you're pressing the legs together. And then find your drishti, your focal point. Take a breath in the nose. And slowly exhale out of the mouth. If you feel comfortable and balanced, and remember every day is different. You can lengthen both arms or you can lengthen one arm. And then reach for the sky. Press into the left foot. Root down. And let that energy rise up into the legs, into the body, into the fingertips. And just find yourself still. With your sensations in the body and thoughts. And see if you can let them go and just be here. And gently bring your hands back to heart. And either hold on to the chair or take the right ankle onto the left thigh. And we'll do a figure 4 here. And what will happen here is you're going to hinge the hips back. My left knee stays behind the ankle, and I'm going to let my hips come down. And this is a great stretch into this right glute. We did this many different ways today. If you remember, on the ground, when Pranav was on the chair, and you can also bring your hands to heart and do it with balance. And then inhale, lift, and softly release. Take a moment, shake out the other leg, and then if you're using that chair, I'm going to switch it to the other side for me. And we'll do this again. So this time, my left leg lifts, hands to hips on the chair or hands to heart, and then press that left leg out and in. So it's 5. And show me those feet, and 3, and 2, and 1, and then up and down for 5. Again, working this hip joint, working the quad muscle, working your knee joint, and 3, and 2, and hold it here. I'm just going to turn the left leg out. Keep the hips even. So maybe sometimes you don't go that far. Maybe the knee is slightly forward. That's okay. Depending on our bodies, we're all different. The left toe can be on the ground, ankle, calf, or in that inner thigh. And again, we're going to press into the thigh or into the calf, and then press your body back into center. You're always trying to press into center. Okay? You can keep your hands on the chair, on the hips, to the heart. Take a moment, take a deep breath. Just feel the sensations in your foot. How does it feel touching the ground? Where's most of the weight right now? Being aware is part of that mindfulness. If you're ready to go further, you can stay or lengthen the arms. Feeling the energy reaching through the foot, through the spine, and up into the fingertips. Find that focal point. You'll notice if your mind starts to wander, the body will also move and wander. Just stay here in this moment with your breath. And bring your hands back. Relax the shoulders. And then either hold on or take that left ankle to right thigh. And exhale gently, sitting deep into that chair. Flex the foot, toes are towards the shins. Open the collarbone. Hold on to something if that's better for you. Knee behind the toe. Really stretching into that left glute and hip. One more breath. Feel the sensation in the hip joint. Just notice it. And then inhale, lengthen. And release. And then shake that all out. Good. So we're going to slowly come all the way back down onto the ground. If you're on the chair, you can always stay on the chair as well. Right? We'll do some twisting from here. So we'll just come down however comfortable. You can come down. I'll come down in a little squat here and onto my sit bones. And then I'm going to roll all the way down. So let's say you want to tuck it under. If you're on the chair, just lengthen the spine instead. And come all the way down. And then bring both legs into the chest. This is Apanasana. It's great for digestion. Wrap your hands around the shins. Exhale, squeeze the legs in. Inhale again. And exhale, squeeze it through your forehead to the knees and hold it there. And open the arms out to a T. Bring your legs to make a letter L. And then exhale, let the legs roll to the left side. If you're sitting on the chair, just twist your body to one side. Relax the glutes, the belly, the back. Take a deep breath and fill the belly. And slowly let it go. Just acknowledge yourself for taking this time. And then come back to center. And then exhale to the right. And gaze to the left. Relax the belly again. And feel the belly lift as you inhale. And feel the belly condense as you exhale. Just thanking you, yourself, and your body for being here today. But whatever we can do is good enough for this moment. And then bring your legs back to center. And release the legs back to the ground. And then your choice to always stay like this, to go into your Shavasana with the toes rolled out, the palms facing up, eyes closed, or go back to seated with your back nice and straight. Remember to take the deep inhales in the nose and out of the nose. Quiet the mind. And just try and be present for each word of this meditation today. Reminding ourselves throughout each day, take a moment before we react. Take that space and take that breath. I want to thank you all as I continue and we all continue into our meditation. Battery 60%.
So stay in the comfortable position that you are in at the end of the yoga session. Or you can sit in a chair, put your legs up, whatever is comfortable for you. Just start to focus on your breath. Wherever you find your breath to be most present, whether it's in your nostrils, your throat, or the rising and falling of your chest. And get into that rhythm of your breath inside your body and just ride that wave. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And whenever you find that your mind is wandering off into some other thoughts, as soon as you become aware, just gently, kindly bring it back to your breath. There are many reasons why we choose to focus on our breath while we meditate. Our breath is always with us. Our breath does not have a past or a future. We don't think about, oh, I had a good breath yesterday, or I'm going to have a good breath tomorrow. It just is in this moment. The only breath that counts is the breath that we're taking right now. Our breath is also a very sensitive barometer to what is going on in our mind and our bodies. So our breath varies according to our state of mind and how our body is doing. So building that awareness of our breath actually leads us to be more aware of our mind and our bodies. Our breath also keeps us in balance. Every in-breath we take makes us more alert, stimulates the sympathetic nervous system. And every time we breathe out, we stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system or the relaxation response. So when you're feeling more stressed, if you lengthen your exhalation, it brings you more relaxation. Pranayama is the science of breath, and it teaches us many different kinds of breathing. And those different kinds of breathing patterns have different advantages. Some make us more alert, some make us more relaxed. So there are many reasons to focus on our breath. Next week, we'll talk about meditation on our thoughts. Until then, namaste and thank you all for joining us.